Hello and welcome to this new chapter, Record and Quantize of Ableton Live 10. In this chapter, we are going to see how the mixer and in-auto off work, how to record using MIDI, and how to quantize our records. Here we have these two MIDI tracks. Now I press I/O button to open the in-auto off window. And now I press the M button to open the mixer. I double-click in this clip to open the piano roll. Now I press this button here to activate the MIDI keyboard. That will allow me to play notes in my piano roll using my computer's keys or with my MIDI keyboard if it is connected. If it is connected, I need to go to Preferences, MIDI, look for it here, select it and activate it. Okay, let's try. Now I am pressing some keys on my computer to generate some MIDI notes, and we can see it in this flashing yellow indicator. I arm this track pressing this red button here. Now if I press the A key in my computer, I will get MIDI information in my MIDI track and in my piano roll, which corresponds to the note C3. As you can see, it gets MIDI signals, but it doesn't make any sound, because the track doesn't have any instrument in it, just notes. To make sounds, I need to add an instrument, so I select one from here and drag it to the track, and now it makes sounds. Okay, now I am going to explain how the in-auto-off works. If we press off, we get MIDI signal coming in, but the track doesn't make any sound. If we press auto, the track needs to be armed in order to make sounds. And if we press in, the track will always make sounds. Okay, now I am going to drag an instrument to this other track. So now we have two different instruments, one in each track. If I press in on this track, this track will make a sound, and if I press in on this other track, this one will make a sound. Pressing in both tracks, the two tracks will play at the same time. If I want to listen the sound in this track, and if I want to listen and record in the other one, I need to press in on this track and arm the track in this other one, where I would like to listen and record. Now I open it with a double click, and this shows what I have been recording. I could also record in both tracks at the same time. To do that, both tracks need to be armed. To arm the second track, I need to press Ctrl first. As you can see now, both tracks are ready to record. Now I am going to record something in these two clips. Let's have a look. Here we have one, and here we have the other one. Okay, let's see now how the multi-clip option works. I duplicate the second track by selecting it and pressing Ctrl D. I can move this clip to make it easy to see. I do the same with this other clip. press play this scene and the 3 clips will play at the same time. Okay, now I am going to select these 3 clips. I click on this one first, then press Shift and then click on the third one. Now the 3 clips are selected and will appear down here in 3 different loop bars. This option could be very useful because I could work on some notes in one clip, taking into account the position of the notes from other clips. Let's have a look. Now we are going to see the mixer window. Here we have the volume. These yellow buttons are the on-off of the tracks. We could do solo on a track by pressing this S button. We could also do solo on several tracks at the same time, pressing Ctrl. This dial is the panning left-right of the speakers. In this window, this wheel will show us the running position of our clip. And this number shows us how many beats this clip has. And here it shows the maximum peak level of the volume. We could reset it with a double click. Okay, let's now have a look at the Quantize section. We open a new MIDI track, we arm the track, we drag an instrument and we record something. Now I open it with a double click, press right click and divide the grid in a quartet bar. And now to Quantize, I press right click, Quantize settings. And here in Quantize 2, I also select one quartet bar. Here in Adjust Note, I can choose Start and the note will be adjusted here at the start. Or choose End and the note will be adjusted at the end. I could also choose Start and End, so the note will be adjusted on both sides. In Amount, I have to select which percentage. For example, if I select 100%, the note will fit perfectly at the start or at the end. If I select less than 100%, the note will not fit accurately to the grid. This could be useful to generate a more human effect. Let's do a test. I am going to select Quantize to a quarter. I select Start 100% and press OK. I zoom in, and as you can see, the adjustment at the start of the note is perfect. Let's do another try. Undo by pressing Ctrl Z, right-click Quantize Settings. And now, instead of 100%, I choose, for example, 84%. Press OK, and let's see what it does. Now, as you can see, the adjustment at the start of the note is less accurate. Now, for example, I change and select Start, End, and 100%. Press OK. Now, as you can see, the note fits perfectly to the grid, both at the start and at the end. If we now are happy with these parameters, we don't have to do it again in the future. Just by pressing Ctrl U, this quantizes it. Let's have a look. I undo again by pressing Ctrl Z. For example, if we have these newly recorded notes, we could quantize them with just 2 clicks, pressing Ctrl A and then Ctrl U. With Ctrl A, we select everything, and with Ctrl U, it quantizes what we have previously selected in Quantize setting parameters. I hope you found this chapter interesting and useful. See you in the next one.